We have breaking news. I just found this. It was posted by the PHOPHECTICSEER. It was posted 6 hours ago. Heads up, here's an update for you.
Hello, Kurt.
Hello?
Is this Kurt?
Yes.
Kurt, I'm Robert, Cyber Tribe Network, PHOPHECTICSEER.com. How are you? I'm calling about your email. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah.
I know what you were just writing to me there was real interesting. I was hoping that maybe we could, tape the conversation. Is it possible if I can keep you?
Sure.
Okay. Now, I was curious about this incident that you live right there in Louisiana then, so you were watching what was going on?
Well, I'm pretty sure I'm a truck driver.
You're a truck driver, you said?
A truck driver and a preacher.
Okay.
I deliver fuel across South Louisiana.
Mm-hmm.
So I know all about gas, oil industry. I know pretty much, don't know everything, but I know quite a bit.
Right. So you're a preacher, and I'm just want to make sure that we got that part. And you know about the gas industry, so you know about equipment and things that are going. Because see, I was looking at my Facebook page today, and somebody lives in the area. They said that the whole area is being blocked off right now because of heavy equipment. So that verifies what you're saying there. How far away do you live from this area?
2 hours.
2 hours. How did you find out about it?
Well, I initially heard about it on your program.
Mm-hmm.
But this morning I was at my office, and my dispatcher made a statement. He was hoping one of the drivers didn't get stuck behind that big backup on I-10 on the Chapel basin.
Mm-hmm.
I said, well, what's going on? He said, well, there's a 25-vehicle convoy being escorted by the state police to investigate that sinkhole. And what they were going to do, they're going to drill near or they're at the sinkhole. They're trying to find out what's caused, the sinkhole.
Right. Okay. So now your boss, and who do you work for again?
I work for LARD Oil Company.
LARD Oil Company, and your boss told you that he was wondering if some of your employees might have got stuck behind this huge convoy of equipment that was going to this sinkhole to investigate or to drill or to whatever.
Right. You see, they on that Chapel basin, it's a bridge. It's like 19 miles long, and it's a swamp is what it is. Well, there's only 2 lanes going each way, and those oversized loads are so big, so massive, especially with the drilling rigs, you can't pass them once you get behind them.
Right.
And I do know that they weren't allowed, to that area, sinkhole.
Mm-hmm. So you put here in my email, it says a lot of people don't realize the miles upon miles of underground pipelines that run through the state. The city of Lake Charles has the 3rd largest refinery owned by Citgo
Yes.
Petroleum. From that point, fuel pipelines run to all points, helping supply our nation with fuel as well as Baton Rouge, Louisiana, and Houston, Texas. Pipelines also come out of the Gulf of Mexico. Pipelines also come out of the Gulf of Mexico, both oil and natural gas. This situation could have serious consequences both to the state and to the whole country. Now, do you think that there's a potential, since you have been in the gas industry in your own experience and knowledge, do you think that this has a potential to go up in a big flame?
Oh, there's no doubt. Those pipelines are only about anywhere from 4 to 6 deep. These pipes are work. And they flow mainly out of Houston, Texas, Lake Charles, and Baton Rouge, where the main refineries are.
Did you say that
if they ever rupture, man, it's gonna be tough. I've got major problems.
Now, you said that the pipes are only about 5 or 6 feet deep?
Yeah.
Wow. And how do you know this?
Because I'm really from pipeline situation. Used to haul the government pipeline.
Yeah, your phone kind of is cutting out there a little bit. You work in the field of the oil industry, correct?
That's correct.
All right. And
I worked in an oil field where they drill, where they produce, and where they store, and where they transfer.
Okay, so you understand the severity of the situation. You know that this is a very serious situation.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Now, if it were to go up, let's say this thing did explode, it would affect all of the oil pipelines in the area, correct?
If they're all pipelines, if there are gasoline pipelines, a fuel pipeline running in the sinkholes or near the sinkholes, the ground could shift, and when it does, the pipeline will shift. Could cause a rupture of the pipe.
Right. Wow. And what are these pipes made out of? Are they cement?
No, they're steel.
They're steel?
They're steel, and they have a line down. And what they do, let's say they leave Lake Charles Ciggo Refinery. They may go 25, 50 miles to a pumping station. And that pumping station, they continue to push the fuel. And man, those pipelines run all the way up north, Tennessee, New Jersey, Michigan, everywhere.
So if something happened, not only would it explode and cause lots of damage, cataclysmic damage in the area, but it would actually shut down a lot of oil production to the country.
Yep. And then the fuel prices would probably spike up, go real high. Of course, they just look for an excuse to raise fuel prices, but
right.
That would be one major thing. The price of the fuel would go up.
Well, here in California, we just had a big oil refinery explosion, and the prices of fuel went up to $4 a gallon. It went up 40 cents in just 2 days.
Yep.
2 days.
That's just like we have to deal with hurricanes, and every time that hurricane comes in that Gulf, they evacuate all the oil rigs, and if you'll watch, the oil prices start climbing. Because, like, let's say when it came to Lake Charles, in 2005, the prices went up because Citgo and the refineries, they had to bring the units down to a bare minimum where they're rarely running. Some of the units they have to shut down because if something would happen, it create an environmental catastrophe or either that would blow up.
Right. And you put in here in your message to me that there was a convoy of 25 plus vehicles and state police escorting, and the traffic was snarled for 19 miles across the Basin Bridge, which is, and so this is a pretty large event here down in that area. So there definitely is a lot of attention being given. Now, did I hear right that the governor of the state of Louisiana stepped down because of this event?
No, not the governor. The man over the Department of Natural Resources.
Oh.
His cabinet people. He stepped down.
Okay, so it's the cabinet. What's his position?
I want to say it's the Department of Natural Resources.
I gotcha. Well, listen, maybe
I was looking at a while ago in the newspaper. It was talking about the sinkhole, and the governor's ordered, I guess, people to go out there and try to find out. And I tell you another thing too that's scary is my boss was telling me that when he come out of the oil field just recently, and he says you leave New Orleans and all there, you get ready to go offshore, and all that swampland. He says you can go through those swamps, which the water's about 6 foot deep. And he says as you're going through by boat, he said you can see the bubbles coming up out of the water.
Wow.
Which that has to be natural gas.
Wow.
So, I mean, this is really a dangerous situation.
Wow.
People don't realize.
Well, listen, Kurt, I want to talk to you more about this. If maybe you could call in the show tonight around 5 or a little after 5 p.m. West Coast time. I don't know what time would be there. Is it possible for you to...
Right now, it's 1:51 over here right now.
So you're about 11, 12. You're 2 hours ahead of me.
Okay.
So if you could call in a little after 5 p.m. my time, which would be probably 7 p.m. your time, if you could do that, do you have a Skype? Do you know how to use Skype?
Well, I'm old school. I don't know how to use it.
The only reason I ask is because your phone is a little bit hard to hear you. But is it possible to go on a landline?
Yeah, I can do a landline.
Yeah, that would be much better because I can tell you're on a cell phone. It's a little hard to hear. But we'll look forward to maybe talking to you tonight. I'll set it up if you're in the. You come to the show regularly, then I guess, right?
Well, no, I've been seeing your postings. Last week is when I actually went to your website, and I'm interested with the things over Iran, Israel, because I know that's fixing to blow up in the world's face, that situation there.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, I like end time events, so I like investigating.
Well, God bless you, brother, and I will look forward to talking to you. Your name is Kurt. Kurt?
Yes. Now, do I call you on this number you called me on?
Yes, this would be the phone number that you would call, and if you watch the show, you'll hear me talking live, and just when I give you a cue, just give me a ring. Call me when I tell you, hey, I'm going to be expecting this guy to call. He should be calling in any moment. I'll just leave the open line there for you to call in, and then just call me, and I'll pick up and we'll start the interview.
I tell you what, can you email me your phone number to make sure that I have it?
Sure. I will put it on Facebook.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, that's not a problem.
All right, sounds good, Kurt.
All right, I will try to get you about 5 o'clock, you said?
My time, yeah, my time. 7 o'clock your time. A little after. Maybe I usually intro the show about 10 or 15 minutes, and, after that you can call in, and, you'll hear me talking live, and when you hear me give you the cue, just give a ring.
Sounds great.
Okay, Kurt. God bless you, brother.
All right, bud. Have a blessed day.
All right, you too. Bye-bye.
Well, there you have it. Breaking news from Louisiana. That's the only news I could find. I was looking through. I guess this guy was a preacher and a truck driver. Alrighty then. Heads up in Louisiana. I would get as far away as you could from that area. That's all I have to say. You take your grab-and-go bags and whatever, and I think that you should just, in an orderly fashion, do what you gotta do. I wouldn't be anywhere near this thing. Alrighty then. Heads up, and I'll see you again tomorrow.